Yeah, so we're recording now. All right. Welcome back to Negroes to Cryptos, where we help you navigate that DeFi space. I got my man B Ham in the house here to talk this crypto shit with me this morning. How you
What
feeling,
up,
B Hams?
everybody? I'm feeling pretty good, man. There's been a lot of green on the board, but I think we took a little dip lately, right?
Yeah. Things look like they were going good for a weekend. Yeah, one of the weekends of late. Seems like every weekend, crypto just takes a knee for the whole weekend, and everybody loses a boatload of money. But this weekend it was looking good till today, till Sunday. But I
Yeah,
guess it's not too bad. I mean, it's not the drastic losses that we've seen over the past couple of weeks. Bitcoin's down 3%, almost 3%. Ethereum's down 4. BNB's almost 3. XRP is down 4. And Avalanche, my boy, is at 4.85. It would. Have you heard anything about Luna? So a
I
buddy of
have heard of
mine has
Luna.
been
Luna,
on.
Luna was popping. I think last week, right?
Yeah.
Last
Luna's
couple weeks. Yeah.
been on a tear over the last. Let's see. Let me
Now, do they
check the
have?
last.
Is this one of the ones they have their own network?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Terra is its own blockchain, and
Blockchain.
they've just exploded over the last month or so. And I got a homeboy I met down in Mexico. Guy is he was from Ohio, actually.
Oh wow.
Canadian. Now he's living down in Mexico, just living off crypto. And he shoots out this stuff. It's powerful money. But I end up running into him, and we shoot text back and forth, and he put me on Terra a couple of weeks ago. That
Wow.
and Solana, and I slept on it because all my money was invested in Feg.
The Solana's the one that I think Snoop Dogg is in, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
marketing heavy for him. But
yeah.
that
That
Feg,
sandbox, that Feg is beautiful. That Feg is
uh,
absolutely beautiful.
it's like
Uh,
consuming all my time right now. I'm just obsessed, man. I think it's for those who don't know, Tank put me on this one. I think last summer he drove out to Texas and told me about Feg, man, and it now is the time.
yeah, yeah. Now is the time to get in. Well, it's always been time to get into Feg. I mean, they got what 42 quadrillion or yeah, 42 quadrillion tokens left. But that's all about to change here next week. Um,
Yeah.
that's all going to change next week. What was that big news they came out with? So they're changing their website, right?
Yeah, they're going to launch a new exchange and kind of improve the user interface because it's a little complicated right now. It's not very attractive, but they got everybody in with the Smart DeFi launch, I think, and they heard live feedback, and I think the Smart DeFi launch was a great success. So I anticipate this one to be a good one also. And then I guess in a few weeks we've got another event, the Crypto Expo in Dubai.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, they're supposed to have a big booth there, right?
Yeah, the Diamond booth. I'm not sure. I would love to go, man. It would be so cool to go, right? But I'm not sure like what the layout is or anything. I know the history of Dubai. It's a very rich country. I'm sure they're
Yeah,
all over it.
a lot of good times in Dubai, I can tell you that.
Yeah, very
Did
wealthy
you?
country. When you can
Yes.
afford to make your own island in the shape of a palm tree, where there's not supposed to be sand. I mean, you've got some coin in your back pocket.
Yeah. I remember flying through the airport. Half the airport is the airport. The other half
Hmm.
is like a luxury mall. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Feg's website, they got this 5 days until the new FegX comes online. So hopefully they fix this. The smart swap. Hopefully the smart swap comes online because I've been looking at that button for a year now, and they've been promising. And I know development's slow, especially when like this is a huge project that hasn't seen any security issues yet. And that speaks volumes. It essentially it's a very old project. A year in crypto is huge.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Hugh ancient dog years in crypto, baby.
Yeah. But I guess their development takes a little bit of time, and they get it right the first time out. Hopefully that smart swap comes online, the bridge comes online, and
Now explain the bridge, James. For those people like that may need a little assistance, like the different networks. I think the bridge is going to be like a really great thing that's going to improve this, just make this FEG exchange just amazing, because it's going to be lower fees. But could you mind diving into that a little deeper?
Yeah. So if you haven't dealt with bridges, this helps you send cryptocurrency from one blockchain to the other. So if we take a look at we'll go over to multi-chain. And this is one of the bridges I use on occasion. So here, once we go here, we can connect our wallet and we can swap USDC from the Binance BNB chain over to Polygon, which normally you would have to go through an exchange. You would have to go to Binance's exchange site and get your get your Polygon or USDC on the Polygon network off of the open market. Here you can swap it from chain to chain as long as the two chains share a cryptocurrency. A lot of these are cross-chain currencies. So when I swap, I usually swap stable coins. So either between USDC, Tether, or Magic Internet Money. But there are a ton of cross-chain cryptos. So pick your poison. And whatever you have, you can swap it cross-chain and start using it instantly. Just make sure that you have that you bridge over some mainnet tokens too. One time I swapped over some cash to Polygon and didn't have any Polygon. So
like for gas fees, for instance, right?
Yeah,
to be able to move it. Yeah.
But what's nice is Polygon has a faucet. So you go there and since their gas fees are extremely cheap, the faucet will give you enough for 2 or 3 transactions.
Right.
So hopefully this comes to FEG, and I want to say FEG was talking about, let's see, we were talking about bridging over was it Avalanche? Of course, let me take a look at this.
And that's what's great, everybody. If you're not familiar with FEG, which a lot of people aren't, it's really early. And you have to remember, as we talked about earlier, it's been a year since they came out and they launched. They were talking smart DeFi. They've successfully launched that. You can check it out, smartdefi.com. And they have white paper is like their protocols, and kind of tells you about what they're all about and how things work, right? So it does a really good job at explaining everything to you about how you can earn passive income or rewards by just holding certain tokens there, tokens of your choosing, Dogecoin, for instance, which was obviously the big hit last year. A lot of people don't realize Dogecoin was around, 3 or 4 years before it really gained any kind of notoriety, and then it just exploded. Yeah. So this FEG, if everyone gives it a good look, man, it's an entire ecosystem of income.
It's absolutely amazing. And I actually see this branching off and being its own thing. Probably soon. Soon,
What do you mean?
So from my understanding of like the Binance Smart Chain is that it forked off of Ethereum to solve some of Ethereum's problems, and then eventually it just became its own entity.
Okay.
And of course, there's rumors out there about the guy that programs for Feg, and they're saying he might be Satoshi, he might be the guy that created Binance Smart Chain.
Right.
And I'm starting to believe it because it's following the same footpath as Binance did. It's solving a problem that they find on the network that they're currently operating on, and they create their own ecosystem, and then it gets so massive that they have to venture off into their own thing. And Feg is going to be that. I mean, as of right now, you can go on there and create your own token, and it burns mainnet tokens while you transact your own token. And that's huge. It solves the problems with liquidity, solves the problems with honeypots and rug pools. I mean, this is an amazing protocol.
And it's all asset backed.
Yeah.
All the smart DeFi tokens, meaning they're backed by a certain amount of money before the launch, and that's locked away forever. And then based off the way things go with how people trade and buy and sell, certain amounts get burned back into the asset pool. So the asset pool's ever growing as well. So you have two prices with smart DeFi tokens. You've got your baseline and then your market price. Your baseline is just always positive price pressure to keep the price moving up, the market price moving up anyway. So that's one thing that's really cool. But like James said, I mean, everything's secure. There's no more rug pulls, no more honeypots where you get your money stolen. I mean,
yeah, it solves a lot of problems. And look at this. What is this? It's up 1,200% today. I didn't even notice this one.
What's it say? The Soros or something.
FVK Soros.
Does that mean fuck Soros?
I don't know. Whatever it is doing well.
Yeah,
and it looks
up
like
1,200%.
Yeah, that is huge.
God.
Look how. Hold on. Let me
that just launched today. It looks like, or
recently. Yeah. Just launched a few minutes ago.
Wow.
Let's see. Oh, March 5th at 11 p.m.
So last night.
Yeah.
And then it took I guess around this morning, around 7, right before 7, it looks like it just. God, 1,200% on your money. Could you imagine?
Look where it was at.
Jeez.
That's insane.
Now, what do they pay you if you keep your cash in a savings account or a CD?
God, I don't even know if they give you interest anymore.
They probably charge you to kill it there.
You make more money on the free toaster they give you, reselling that shit on Craigslist, than you would in interest over the next 100 years. I mean, it's insane. Yeah, you're never gonna find this in the real world. Only here in the crypto space.
Specifically, the smart DeFi or FEG. I mean, you can also take loans, right? That's something you were telling me about.
I was just saying that, man. No, I haven't taken any loans, and I'm not quite sure how to do it yet. I would assume it's over here at the FegX site over here in Smart Tools. Yeah, Smart Lending here. So I guess we can select a token. Let me see.
Now you can use any smart DeFi token for like a collateral for security, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go over here to Smart Tools, select a token, rocks. Nope, I'm not burning that for backing. Okay. What did I mess up? Smart Tools,
no,
Smart Lend.
Search for
I
another
don't know.
smart DeFi token that you own. I don't think you can borrow against rocks because it doesn't have the smart DeFi logo.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we
Okay,
can
there
take a
you go.
loan out from MESC. Let's see, I got 26,000 MEX tokens. And I get 400. So I can get $12 back in Wrap BNB, roughly. Wow.
So that's based off the baseline price. And as that rises, that's your loan output amount. So MESC is roughly 2 weeks old. You look in a year, I mean, their baseline price is likely to be huge because they've been very successful. They hit 2 million in market cap at one point, considering that they just launched 2 weeks ago, maybe almost 3. So as the baseline price increases on your smart DeFi tokens that you might be invested in, you can borrow against that. And James, if I'm not mistaken, you can also say a crypto, one of the things you're invested, just it takes a hit, it's going out of business, it's going down, we're going down in flames or whatever, which does happen.
All the time.
In the event of a rug pull, which we don't have here in the smart DeFi space because the way the contracts are originated. But whenever something like that does happen or there's really bad news, you can always still get money somehow. Is that right?
Out of the smart DeFi token?
Like, say, like it takes a hit, it's going down. You can burn for asset backing.
Oh, yeah.
The
So
baseline price.
let's say we have MESC here. We use MESC as an example. Now MESC has that baseline price, and if it ever falls below that baseline price, and you notice it, you just take it over to the burn pile, and you take your BNB out of the liquidity pool. So these are almost like treasury tokens that we've seen with all the DAOs. God, what were all the DAO tokens? Let's see, Honey DAO. I got a bunch of them here.
I had on those for a while. I never got into the DAOs, man. I've been rolling everything into FEG since you told me about it. It's just, and the more I learn about it. And by the way, this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors by any means.
God, no.
So, yeah, we work for a living.
yes, and we would appreciate if we didn't have to work for a living. So if you could, please give us some tips in crypto. QR code's right up there. So if we take a look at Ohm, Olympus Ohm, granddaddy of all these treasury products, and what it was supposed to be was these were backed by a treasury, and anytime that the token fell below the treasury's value, the protocol was supposed to buy back these tokens and flatten out the price. And with so many of these, they got hit by rebase bots or shady developers. And it looks like everybody took a loss on these Olympus DAO tokens. Even if you were here at the beginning, you know, when you bought it like $400, they gave insane interest rates. But you know, if you bought it at $400 and now your token down to 31, I mean, there's not enough interest in the world to make you whole. And that was the problem with a lot of these DAO tokens. They were smoking the end of last year, and once November hit and the crypto winter set in, everything took a nosedive. And these just haven't recovered. They've tried a bunch of different schemes where you lock up your tokens and you know, they've created new tokens and new staking tokens and all things, try to get a handle on those rebase bots, and It just isn't happening. But FEG did the exact same thing as Olympus Dow. Well, not the exact same thing, but a similar thing with Olympus Dow, where their treasury is locked into the contract. So there's no bot that can come in there and get that money out. There's no trickery that you can do to get the money out of the contract. It's locked in. And that's why ROX is the king of these treasury tokens, and ROX will always be worth its weight in BNB or ETH. Yeah. And then that insane tokenomics where they started out with just 1,000 tokens. And it burns every time something transacts on FEG. ROX is going to be bigger than Bitcoin. Yeah, absolutely.
ROX is huge, and I believe at its peak, at its all-time high, it was up near 6 figures, if I'm not mistaken, was it?
Yeah. Let's see if we can take a look at it here. I remember seeing it.
I know it was at 40,000, but I think at one point it spiked pretty high right after they. Well, no, they just launched it, right?
ROX has been around since last summer, I think.
Last summer?
Okay. Yeah, because I remember first looking at ROX and not understanding what was going on. So I didn't buy any. I got in a little bit late.
Okay.
Let's see. But
if you own 0.001, if I'm not mistaken, it's free transactions, right? If you trade on the FEG exchange.
Absolutely insane. All right, so
which I would refer everyone to the white pages or the white papers for FEG. It's very informative.
Let's see. At its highest, it was worth 55.6 BNB. So what is that? Get my trusty calculator.
For one ROX token.
Yeah.
And then there's 1,000 total, right? And like 890 or something in circulation.
Yeah. And it's getting burned every single transaction. Yeah. ROX is amazing. ROX is absolutely amazing. It's supposed to be coming out with a stable cent. I mean, you check out the FEG radio channel, right?
Yeah. I listened actually this last week. I think it's every Wednesday evening. They're on YouTube, Telegram, the Discord. All the social media platforms, and I believe they're also on Spotify.
Mm-hmm. Have they mentioned anything about this stable cent?
Honestly, I haven't. I don't remember last week's episode hearing about it, but I have heard about it in the FEG chat. So if you join them on Telegram, they have a voice chat 24/7, and I've heard just overhearing conversation in there about the cent coming out. Because right now you probably have a little bit of, if you're in the crypto space, you probably have every little place you've transacted anything, you've probably got a little residue left over from a little bit of coins or a little bit amount of whatever token you traded, just because it's hard. Right now it's only, I guess you would say, by the dollar, but FEG plans to launch something that's going to be like a cent coin. So you can actually, prevent that and take all of your money instead of, those little fractions add up.
Yeah. Worth something to somebody, especially moving along into the future when FEG is like burned through this entire supply, which they got 42 quadrillion tokens left over, right?
Well, how many did we start with? 100
quadrillion.
Okay,
but
that's a lot. I don't know how you count that.
Yeah, I don't even know how you come up with that number. But the first transaction, they burned half of it. So, over the past year, we've seen 8 quadrillion tokens get burned. Yeah, 8 quadrillion tokens.
Wow.
Over the past year. And we haven't had, well, FEG hasn't had the volume that it's coming. Especially now that they've released, deploying your own token and things, and pre-sales and liquidity pools on their own network, man. This burn is going to be insane moving forward.
Yeah, once it grabs traction, it's really gonna take hold, man. The burn rate's gonna just go crazy, in my opinion. Because all of these smart DeFi tokens, ladies and gentlemen, you got to remember, they're every time there's a transaction, a little bit of FEG, and like James said, a little bit of rocks is getting burned. So these tokens are hyper deflationary, depending on how many transactions are happening or how big the smart DeFi network gets onto. But I think as we move into the future, you're going to see the value in smart DeFi and the safety and comfort in knowing that, your tokens are asset backed, or your crypto is asset backed. It's backed by something.
And, I think Smart Swap is going to speed up burn to an insane rate.
Smart Swap?
Yeah. Once we can go on FEG charts here, hit this trade button, take you on over to the exchange, and we can smart swap this stuff on its own network without gas fees. And that is going to burn through a ton of FEG. Just think of the day traders. I mean, just think of the bots that are going to run on this network.
Wow. Yeah. Free gas fees. I mean,
yeah.
There's no gas fees.
As long as you hold FEG, you're benefiting. Because it's up in the value every transaction.
So what happens whenever when you smart swap, and like, how does that work as far as the burning goes? Do you know how many?
See, every time I try and quote FEG, I could have swore I've read this wrong. When I go back and double check it. So we just run over to the white paper and see what it says. Let's see. Go down to the table of contents. Smart swap.
There we go. 23.
Yeah. All right, smart swap. So swing trade with world record low gas fees, 0 tokenomic taxes, and send cryptos discreetly between smart swap addresses. Huge, especially in a time right now where we're talking about cryptocurrency going to foreign countries and aiding foreign governments and stuff, and you're talking about sanctions and crackdowns on everything. I mean, just keeping people out of your business. This is huge.
One thing that is huge is, as far as the FEG exchange goes, that everyone should know, it's not a know your client network. You can trade all these cryptos: Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Shiba, all the big ones, all the major cryptos that you would see, plus of course FEG and rocks and all the smart DeFi tokens on the FEG exchange. And all you have to have is a wallet to connect to the server. Other than that, there's no send a photo, there's no give your name, they don't have know your client. So it all remains confidential. And like James says, the smart swap, it generates another address which it came from. So I mean, it's all anonymous.
All right, let's see. For those who master the skill, swing trading can be a profitable endeavor. However, the tokens that carry with them a tax each time they are bought and sold can make profitable swing trades hard to come by. This is where smart swap comes in. Any taxes inherent to the token are only incurred upon entering and exiting smart swap. Once inside, a trader can swing trade with reduced gas fees and without incurring any taxes. Tokens inside a smart swap are known as smart funds. So
Wow.
here's some of the most important points to be made aware of. Swing trade your tokens inside Smart Swap without incurring any taxes. In addition to potential gas rebates, gas fees inside Smart Swap are reduced by up to 40%. RFI
Wow.
tokens incur their designated tax only upon entering and exiting Smart Swap. For example, FEG token incurs a 2% tax and FRAP tokens incur a 1% tax. Okay, so we can trade all we want, and as soon as we get out, that's when it's taxed, huh?
Like whenever you exit a position, is that what you mean?
Exit a Smart Swap.
Wow.
All
So
right.
you can buy all you want. Yeah. Yeah.
All buys and sells inside Smart Swap will incur the same exchange fees as standard buys and sells on the exchange, i.e., staking fees, liquidity fees, etc. Smart Swap is available for all tokens launched on FegX and Smart DeFi. All buys inside Smart Swap are honeypot proof. As long as the tokens are bought and stored in smart funds, any malicious transfer restrictions are bypassed and users can always sell regardless. Huge.
That's major. I mean, we've had so much fraud, in the crypto space. A lot of people, unfortunately, there's a lot of money in crypto, so they get taken advantage of with these honeypots and rug pulls. They invest in something, and the developer sells all of the shares, dumps it, and now your investment's worth nothing with no future as an added bonus, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to create a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And it's easy to what was that was big in the news. Ethermax was big in the news a couple of months ago with Kim Kardashian and
Oh yeah.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
They were claiming they did this honeypot thing where they gave these celebrities a bunch of tokens to promote it. They promoted it, and as soon as the price went up, they jumped
They
out.
dumped it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they dumped it. Now you have a worthless
So
project.
you're talking about someone that possibly holds 50% of the value or more. They dump all their tokens and dilute the market. Well, that just makes your investment just go to shit, basically.
Yeah.
So this kind of smart DeFi is going to kind of eliminate that. Everything is asset backed. And I can't say that. I can't stress the importance of that with crypto. This is totally new, and all kinds of incentives to hold it, stake it, wrap it, and all this information is in the white papers, which can be found at the bottom of smartdefi.com.
Oh yeah. Amazing. This is, I've been following this project from the beginning. Well, close to the beginning, and this is its third version of its white paper, and they've added on more and more functionality to their website since I started, and this project is going to be bananas. Absolutely bananas.
I really don't know. I don't think it's going to take as long as we think to burn through those tokens. I mean, it seems to be. I mean, I think we went through a quadrillion here in about a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know about you, but when it comes to investing in cryptos, most everything I invest now is on the FEG network because I know it has locked liquidity. I know that the value is always going to go up. I know it's backed by BNB. There's no reason to invest anywhere else.
There's literally an incentive to just hodl your crypto.
Yeah,
hodl it. Don't try to. If you're a swing trader and you have the volume to take the swings, large gains, large losses, and take those hits and keep rolling, because you have the large volume or large amount of assets to do that with and handle those swings, then that's one thing. But overall, If you play the short game, you're going to lose. But if you hodl, that is your best bet to make money.
Oh, especially with the reflections in this network.
Oh my God!
I by just holding, some of these over the past 2 weeks have paid me 2% back. Imagine getting 2% at a bank within 2 weeks.
I think a CD is less than 2% in 6 months.
Yeah,
for holding. It doesn't matter if it's $1,000, $50,000, whatever. I mean, it's less than 2%. I think. Again, we're not financial advisors.
Oh, God, no.
This is
God,
not
no.
financial
Don't listen
advice
to us at all. We're just dudes with a YouTube channel. But just think now. When I grab some of that, God, what is it? Hold and win. Let me see if I can find that. I picked up some of this when it first came out, February 14th. And since February 14th, it paid me 2% in reflections on that token. And
wow.
Yeah. Okay, so 3 weeks, 2% in 3 weeks. That's not bad. Just for holding a token, you get more liquidity-backed tokens.
And this is something that's a higher price. I mean, it's $35 a token. So, at 2% on that. And I mean, so that compounds, right?
Yeah.
On top of each other. You get more reflections based off a higher amount.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the only way that we can fight this rapid inflation that's going on in the world. I went out to dinner with my daughter, and I spent $66. We got salads.
Oh my God. They must have been good. Tell me they were fat burning.
No. It was probably one of the worst salads I've had in a long time. It was like something that it was trash. It was trash.
And where was this?
The rusty nail, rusty bucket, rusty nail, something like that. It's up here. But everybody's hurting for employees, and the quality sucks.
The quality sucks, and man, I mean, come on. I mean, what's the incentive? It's hard to say, okay, well, I'm going to spend X amount of my time at this place to make a living. And then,
go to my next job.
What is minimum? Yeah. Then go to the next job. And then sometimes another job, a third job. Right.
Yeah.
And the cost of minimum wage. What is minimum wage right now?
Not enough.
I mean, I know some states have raised it to $15 an hour, but
federally, I think it's still like $7. Like
I'm thinking $7.25. I don't know, but I'm thinking that there's no one in this world in 2022, and I'm saying this overall since like about 2010 that can live off $7.25 an hour and raise a family. There's no one. So you're actually losing money to go to work and to deal with shitty attitudes, shitty commutes to and from. Why do it?
These people need to learn about FEG. I think we're all going to get a crash course in cryptocurrency here pretty soon.
Yeah, because our dollar, you can wipe your ass with it because it's not worth shit.
Yeah. How about this? We saw in the news was the ruble. The ruble was like flatlining, right? That's what everybody's talking about
with the sanctions. Yeah.
But just instantly, like cutting off, what was that service? Was it Swift?
Yeah, the Swift banking. Yeah.
By cutting off that, they bankrupted a fucking country. You imagine that?
That's one action, hard, man. Wow.
Bankrupted bankrupted a country.
Did we use our dollar as a weapon? That's dangerous.
That is. I mean, but it benefits us. So go America.
America. Fuck yeah.
Oh God, God, but I can't imagine the people in that country. I mean, you imagine having a couple of dollars and then it not being worth shit.
But so that's been a reason for we had a big Bitcoin spike after the war. I mean, we had a big drop, but then we had a massive buying of the dip, a quick turnaround, like a 30% drop followed by an immediate, and I'm talking within minutes, 30% buyback.
Yeah.
Like massive. So what happened there, you think? Do you think I mean, were institutions buying there? What was going on? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think 100% it was the institutions buying it up and governments. If I were Russia and I invaded a country and they put sanctions on me and my ruble was going on the tubes and I was able to turn those rubles into Bitcoin,
you would do it.
Yeah, now my income is going back to fuck up. It's going up. It's shooting up. Like if they exchanged their rubles for Bitcoin during that crash when it hit the 36,000 or whatever, they're making money, and they've left a dead asset in the water, meaning their fiat currency, and not only governments but large financial institutions. What was that? Was it Morgan Stanley or Chase? Somebody was given saying that Bitcoin was just a fluke, and its price wasn't it wasn't as high as it's higher than it deserves to be. This and that, trying to drive down the price because they're jumping in, they're putting this on their balance sheets.
They're scaring us out. Yeah. These people out, and they're getting it at a discount. Meanwhile, taking massive amount of shares off the market or tokens, okay, which means there's less, which means the price goes up, and then they now own more than us.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think you may be onto something there. You may be onto something.
You think about countries like not Venezuela, but El Salvador that switched over to Bitcoin. Yeah. They're getting it at a discount again. Yeah, and
very true.
Bitcoin is sanction proof. You can't sanction Bitcoin. You can try, but it ain't happening.
I didn't know that. So explain that. The sanction proof. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, so the U.S. and NATO impose sanctions, or these governments impose sanctions on Russia because of their invasion of Ukraine, right? So they call up SWIFT, and now they cut the money off going into the country, right? Along with like the World Bank and all, like nobody's going to give them loans. So now they're sanctioned. They can't sell their products, and they can't borrow money. So it's crippling their economy. But what do we see? A bunch of Bitcoin donations from all over the world,
Oh, millions, if not maybe billions. I know it was up into the hundreds of millions.
But they just mentioned Bitcoin. They didn't mention anything else. Yeah, you can send FEG across. You can send Ethereum. You can send
Dogecoin.
Yeah, Dogecoin. Yeah, there are trillions of cryptocurrencies out there that they can send, and they only mentioned Bitcoin. So just imagine if it was only $8 million flowing through in Bitcoin. If it was only $6 million flowing through in Ethereum. Just think what they sent in Terra or Doge or Litecoin or Dash. Any of these. Name one. Secret token or Tornado Cash, pirate tokens, whatever they are. Just think of how much money got sent that nobody talked about. I mean, there are secret networks out there. They have a network called Secret just for this shit.
Wow.
But that money's unaccounted for.
What do you think with our current state of affairs? Like, do you think, because I saw on Friday they were talking, there was a congressional committee for the committee that is going to be the committee. I don't know. There's fucking committees everywhere. But They were talking about how Bitcoin and cryptocurrency need more regulation because they're worried about, like, Putin, for example, or Russia. They're still being able to do business.
You can't regulate it. There's no I'm not the smartest man in the world, okay? But I don't think that there is a way that you can regulate this at all.
I mean, decentralized for
Yeah. I mean,
reason.
they're gonna have to associate a bunch of names with wallet addresses. And I'm sure it's possible. Everything's possible. But the manpower involved, I think, would be astronomical. I don't think it's doable. And then who says you still have access to that wallet?
Yeah, I've got several wallets that I no longer have access to.
Yeah. And those tokens are essentially burned. They're taken off the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've closed them out, you know what I mean? Changed them and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people that can't access their crypto in their wallets. So,
and I'm gonna go dark with this, but just think now we're at a time in the world where we have Eric Princes. We have guys that have private armies, just groups of mercenaries with their own helicopters, their own tanks. Just what happens when we have an Eric Prince of crypto and they come to tax his shit? If we see funding of armies in crypto, as we saw with people sending Bitcoin to, I guess, the neo-Nazis in the Ukrainian government, but as we see a lot of money funneling into support of one or the other side of a war, what happens when they start coming for their Prince of crypto, if there is one? There's a dude out there with that's got trillions of Bitcoin from the beginning, and now he has a private army. I don't know.
No kidding.
But you got to think, we go back a couple of years and we had Clive and Bundy, where he just was letting his cows graze on a plot of U.S. government ground, and they took up arms.
That was in Oregon, right? Yeah.
They took up arms over letting cows eat something. Just of them not paying the fine to let their cows graze on that land. But they took up arms. Yeah, and you're talking about coming after people's crypto?
And it was a very small, just a couple people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they had support.
Yeah, they did. But I mean, yeah, you're right. And then someone that is sitting on a bunch of Bitcoin, you don't think they got friends either, or can buy some?
Yeah. I mean, at certain points in time, mercenaries come very, very fucking cheap. They
do.
Yeah. So, I think the future is, future is dim, dark. It's going to be bad, but I don't know. We're seeing Bitcoin fund armies. It can't get any worse than that. And then
perspective, yeah.
You see people on Twitter supporting this shit. Like, I don't know, being on one side or the other of this conflict. It's just weird. So weird. I think we have better things to do than worry about things that happen in another country. But
I mean, we've been slaughtering the Middle East for the last 20 something years, I mean, the U.S., I say we, I mean, the U.S., the agenda or whatever. Who are we to tell to go to fucking war or not? You know what I'm saying?
I don't. It seems like we have so many people in this country that are sick of war. Like, we have guys that did I don't know how many tours. And then I'm sure they're raising people to say, hey man, don't go. Like they're gonna take everything from you. I had a relative get injured over in Iraq, and they gave him a Purple Heart at Walter Reed and told him that they'll get him back on the front lines in no time. It's
With a
like,
Purple Heart.
yeah, it's like, hey man, like this dude left pieces over there. Like you talking about sending him back? Like how bad do you
Dude.
need folks? But I think they're
Damn.
gonna have a problem meeting numbers for future
Yeah.
wars, and which will lead into more private contractors and cryptocurrency and funding wars and all kinds of things. Well, anyway. Yeah, Bitcoin's new currency of the world. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for certain, there's a couple countries that have already adopted it. El Salvador, like you said, and I believe there's another one somewhere. Am I wrong? Or maybe there's a country in Africa that's thinking of doing it. I was thinking Africa for some reason, but it could be another South American country. But besides El Salvador, I'm not sure. Do you know anything about that?
Not off the top of my head.
I just heard it's been entertained by, several governments. I remember reading about it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
El Salvador did it. Yeah. Well, it actually goes up in value versus your dollar stays the same. Everything becomes more expensive, but your dollar doesn't. It doesn't yield you any more buying power. Unfortunately, that whole thing called inflation, man, it's a bitch.
Yeah,
it's built to fail.
It is. It is. Do you see crypto being anti-inflationary?
I do. I mean, sure, it takes dips, but I mean, rebounds pretty quickly, and it's kind of stood the test of time. Bitcoin came out, 2008, 2010? I don't know. What year did it come out? Do you know?
Somewhere around there, yeah. 2012 or something. Yeah, somewhere around there.
And a lot of cryptocurrencies came out around the same time, okay? It spawned a lot of new ideas, and cryptos have been around for a long time. And if you look at the charts, you look at history progressively, yes, there have been dips, but progressively, the overall value just keeps increasing. And every time we think it's at its high, it shows us that, no, it can go higher.
But with that being said, let's say, with people earning passive income at a rate that we're seeing today, it kind of makes it hard for a lot of people to go to work, especially for that $7.25 an hour.
Yeah.
So if places like McDonald's or any employer will have to compete with passive income to get their products out, that have employees. So they're going to have to raise their wages, and which will in turn have to raise their prices. Wouldn't that add in the inflation too?
I would think so. I would think that if the dollar, doubles in value, there has to be something that offsets and accommodates for that, right? Because that's kind of what it's based off of. As far as buying power goes.
I don't know. Crypto might make everything way worse.
Well, so far it's made a whole lot of lives better.
It has.
And it's only getting better, which is crazy. It's not, we're still using a system that was developed when? And modified when?
Yeah.
It's been modified how many times? And it's so ancient. The idea is, the future's here. If you have to escape, like these poor people in Ukraine, for example, if you have to escape and leave everything and seek refuge in another country, for example, are you going to feel comfortable carrying some gold bars with you in that setting? Really? Because I think that's asking to get knocked in the head. But guess what you can't carry? You carry cryptocurrency, and you can send it anywhere in the world instantly.
Yeah. So remember your passphrase, man, and you don't have to carry anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's way better than blood diamonds.
Oh, no.
Trying to sneak blood diamonds across the border. Yeah, this is we're seeing history being made.
For sure. I think we're definitely at a this is like we're like at a fork in the road of full adoption globally versus, what's the next move besides that,
Right.
There's so many dollars in the world right now that cryptocurrency is able to convert into those dollars and use those dollars versus possibly having those dollars just sitting around, which leads to a collapsed economy.
I don't know. We switch over enough US dollars into cryptocurrency and we can lock up those tokens of staking.
No doubt. No doubt.
Take those tokens off the board for a little bit. Yeah.
No doubt.
Try to stabilize the value. I don't know. Future's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be weird watching this from our boats.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you live on water, you don't have to pay taxes.
Yes, and also if you live in Puerto Rico and Guam, they don't have to pay federal taxes.
Man,
Like the U.S. territories don't have to pay federal taxes.
Oh wow!
But that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. But don't listen to me.
What about the common man that's not from that place? I mean, we might have to. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I have to look that up.
Yeah, but I want to say that was the biggest argument when Puerto Rico got hit by that hurricane. Was that like, man, these cats don't even pay federal taxes.
Hit?
I'm not saying that was my argument. Yeah, when they got annihilated, but that was like
God.
that the right's response was like, yeah, they don't even pay their federal taxes. Why should we give them federal aid? They need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps.
And you had Donnie T out there, Kobe and the paper towels. Remember that?
Yeah.
You boy Trump throwing paper towels like it's basketball. Like, you better throw some motherfuckers some water. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do with a paper towel?
Oh man. Hey, do you follow this guy? Feg Burned?
No.
Every hour he posts on Twitter about how much Feg got burned over that last hour. Look, we got 60 billion on the BNB side.
50 on the
50 on Ether. Yeah. Every hour.
Wow. Look at that. Those were some bigger numbers. I mean, how long do you realistically, if you had to call it, what do you think? How long is it going to take to burn through these to where you point to it's just parabolic?
I'm thinking here. I think by November. That's what I think. I think November. I thought November last year. I think November by November of this year, we should be burning so much Feg it ain't funny. We're gonna be dropping zeros. That's my guess. But what do I know? But that's my guess. I've been holding on to that, just more of a dream than an educated guess. But I'm praying. I'm praying to the crypto gods out there that by November I'll be able to buy me something very nice with my Feg tokens.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen a lot sooner than people think also, man. I think inside a year as well, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Maybe even less time.
We see those projects like Mesk and DEFI. We're talking about NFT sites or metaverse sites.
Yeah.
Using smart DeFi tokens which will burn FEG with each transaction. So, if they're selling NFTs and they're playing video games, these tokens are going to burn like wildfire, man. And that's just 2 projects,
Yeah.
So it's the burn rate's going to be sick. And then just by coming to FEG and once you get a smart DeFi token, you're in the network. It benefits you to stay. It benefits you to stay and play. If you get a smart DeFi token, you come in, you see other smart DeFi tokens, guaranteed it's the only one that's liquidity locked, with asset backing. So why leave? Once you learn about the ecosystem, man, you're set. Like I don't screw around anywhere else but FEG now. I'm set. Like there's nothing else out there for me.
I'm the same way. I am the same way with FEG. I mean, I can't buy it fast enough. I just, right now, I mean, when I first got in, when you told me in the summer, 100 billion, I think it was like, I don't know, $200, maybe $300. 100 billion now, you're getting up close to like $500-$600.
Yeah.
So it's just it's increasing quickly, and once it does take off and we erase to zero, you're talking over $1,000 per 100 billion.
Yeah.
Versus you could have got a year ago 1,000. You could have got 1 trillion FEG tokens for $1,000.
Be like those guys that held Doge, for the last 3 years.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Hey, praise to them, man. Like for hodling.
What does the Doge? What can you do on the Doge network besides the currency? Are there projects on the Doge network?
I don't know. I've left the Doge network when I got into FEG. Doge was pretty profitable. It got me started in crypto. It was a great introduction. Kind of learned how to use it. What I do know is that their transactions are really fast and very, very cheap. That's all I know. I don't know as far as does their coin have utility in the sense that it backs something or exchanges information. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It just got fired just because of its name.
Yeah.
And it's just weird. It's weird how Doge took off and nobody knows about FEG yet. We got buses, we got everybody rapping about it. Nobody's paying attention.
I know, man.
But it's catching on. There was a tweet the other day saying something about 13 trillion FEG.
Wow.
Like $53,000 worth of FEG.
Good God. Is that not an institution?
That's beautiful. And my guess would be in anticipation of their launch of the latest stuff next week. Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's next Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so
less than 6 days.
Yeah, less than 6 days until the timer on FEGX expires. Only 10 days. FEGX will showcase its next generation DeFi tech in Dubai. Remember, this conference will be massive for FEG and will allow the team to build and strengthen key relationships that will help propel FEG to new heights. That's no joke. I mean, all the money that's in Dubai is going to be sick, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you've been to Dubai, right?
Oh, yes. It's a very rich country.
Yeah. Yeah. The Lamborghini cop cars.
Yeah.
I just walking the streets and seeing a Lamborghini with a whole bunch of fucking sand just on it because it's been sitting somewhere for weeks.
Yeah. Someone broke down, and you know what? Instead of fixing the car, getting the fucker towed, we'll just buy a new one. We'll just buy a new one. Fuck it.
This is going to be huge. I mean, because if we talk about large bank banking organizations getting into crypto, buying Bitcoin. I mean, you throw rocks at somebody. You hold rocks next to Bitcoin, and there's no comparison. You're gonna grab the rocks every time.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. I can see large banks, these sheiks and stuff. They're already worried about, not really worried, but looking for the next big thing to get into after this oil runs out.
Yeah,
and crypto is it. They got free energy right now with oil and gas.
they're really, really big on the crypto space there in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And just the way they think about investing into the future, it's different. It's exciting. It's just different than what you're used to. And there's some exciting things coming out of the Middle East.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember years ago when we were over, they were saying that like 90% of the world's large cranes were in Dubai because they were constructing something. Like that's how much money that they were throwing at just civil projects at one time, that they got 90% of the world's cranes in that country.
I believe it.
Yeah, you mentioned FEG, and compare FEG to any other cryptocurrency at this convention, and they're going to smash hands down.
It's going to be huge, man. I definitely anticipate a big pump coming. With every pump, there's going to be a drawback. There's going to be people that take profits. There's going to be people that show up on the scene just for the pump, and the price will go down. But I think when we go down this time, we're going to have a different baseline. It's going to be much higher than where we've been, and we may not come back down.
This is the one tweet.
Will we take off? I don't know. Okay, and again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so kiss my ass. Okay.
I am not. I am not either. But this is the tweet I wanted to throw at you earlier in the week. FEG is now the top 20 holders of BNB.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how much BNB is wrapped up in smart DeFi right now. They are the top 20 holders of BNB after a year. After 1 year.
Wow, that's huge. I didn't see this.
That's how much money is wrapped up in smart DeFi right now.
It's the future, man.
Oh,
and it's growing quickly. Get on board before you miss the wagon. All right. You don't want to be the dude talking about, I should have bought Bitcoin back in the day, like we all did. Yeah. FEG is going to be bigger, and you better get on board.
Yeah, this is going to be beautiful.
Absolutely.
They had another tweet on here, talking about the percentage rates from reflections from BNB and wrapped BNB, FEG wrapped USDT. Let's see. I can't find it. But the interest rates were insane, and you can hardly ever find those numbers because it's just based on how much transactions going on in the network. And if it's at 30% for wrap BNB, so imagine when this takes off. I mean, it's not a set percentage rate; it's just based on transactions. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah,
you're talking about
it'll be the number one holder of BNB.
I mean, just getting 30% on your BNB is huge.
On the FRAP, yeah.
Yeah, you can't find 30% too many places on the blockchain.
Never, yeah.
30% on a mainnet token. Very good. Very good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. FEG.
Remember it? Because you're going to hear it a lot. And you got two options. You're either going to be an owner or a hodler of it, or you're going to be the one that's missed the gravy train. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. This is the other thing. So they're adding in a widget, so you can now throw this widget on your website and swap your smart DeFi tokens within another website. So this is getting released this week, I believe.
Well, it just increases the access to smart DeFi.
Right. No more going to following links. You can do it right on the main page.
Yeah.
So it's big things coming from Feg.
Huge. We're gonna have more feedback here, as soon as the exchange launches here in the next 5-6 days.
Yes, sir.
This time next weekend we'll have a better outlook, and then a few days after that we'll be anticipating the Dubai Crypto Expo.
Huge. What were they saying? What were they saying on Feg Radio about this Dubai thing?
They were just saying that they're going to be making some connections, doing some network there. It's going to be a big marketing event. They're really excited about it because they have a diamond stage set up. I don't know what that means. Like I said earlier, I haven't been to a crypto expo. I definitely hope one day to go. But diamond sounds nice. I don't know. It's not, it's definitely not blood diamond. So that's good. But I think they have a main display, and as far as the setup goes, and there's gonna be several speakers representing Feg, the Feg community that will be speaking there. So should be very exciting. And like we were saying earlier, Dubai is a very rich country. There's a lot of money there, and hopefully there'll be a lot of Feg owners after it's over.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. I mean, if you can leave a dirty Lamborghini parked on the street and say, fuck it, I'm gonna buy another one. You're gonna buy some Feg.
Yeah,
you can buy a lot of Feg.
You're gonna have to.
Feg is dirt cheap right now. And really all we need to do is drop a couple of zeros, man.
2. I'm good. Yeah.
We dropped 2 zeros, yeah. I'm set.
And I am good.
I'd be happy if they just go up another few percent. But yeah, as soon as we start dropping zeros, man, this is going to be ugly.
Oh yeah.
So the price, I don't think the price has to move that the volume has to move that much for us to drop a couple of zeros.
I don't know. I don't know that. I don't think it does either. The volume has to move up quite a bit the closer we get to a penny, though.
Yeah.
The more zeros we drop, the more volume we're going to need to support. Yep.
Pretty far from a penny. When we still 8 zeros deep.
Yeah, 8. But I mean, Feg's lost 2 zeros before.
Let's see. Yeah, we're 8 zeros deep. It's a beautiful thing coming.
Yes, sir.
So, buy the dip. Definitely buy the dip.
Buy the dip or be sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Again, what did we say? This is not financial advice.
Not at all.
But
let's see. I want to take a look at some more of these charts. See what's popping. I completely missed this Soros, man. I wish I would have grabbed some of that.
Yeah, it looks like it popped. I missed it too.
I wonder what it's trading over. What's that? SD tokens.
SD.fegx.com. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this one doesn't have all the tokens on there yet. Yeah, let's see what's dumping. Rocks down 19%.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. That
Feg BNB down 11.
Wow.
What happened?
I don't know. I think the market crashed again. No. Let's see. No, it's still as bad as it was.
Everything's red. It's hard to. You can't expect to be green when everything's red.
Yeah, look at all that.
Oh man,
That's bad.
I've got to run, bro.
All right. Well, hell, man. Thank you for stopping in, doing this with me.
Yes, sir. Let's get together later this week, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Update everybody. Let's see what's going on. There's got to be some news dropping. Everything's really red. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like, share, and subscribe. That's it.
Send some love via the QR code.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Send us some FEG.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
All right. Good night.